19 keys, and this is high level conversation. Library.
When you digest something, it's matter going to chemical, right? But when you transmit something, it's the chemical going to matter.
Right.
Now, in the domain of the mind, you can think and build any world in your mind with no resistance.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream just this morning. I woke up early, I ate a little yogurt this morning, drunk some water, right? Very early. First of all, I do not like digesting in the morning. It's tough for me. I usually do a little intermittent fasting. But I went back to sleep, right? It was a little too early for me. But as I went back to sleep, I was dreaming, but I became aware in the dream. Mm-hmm. So I started to lucid dream. And so I get excited when I lucid dream. The problem is I only had so much time because I also had to urinate. So I'm like in real life, but I'm cognitive that I'm dreaming, but my physical body needs to go to the restroom.
Right.
So I know that I only have so much time before I'm gonna wake myself up and go to the bathroom. So I just started to have some fun in my dream, right? So that's when I became like, Neo. He realized in the Matrix he had power. So I started moving things around. I just started waving stuff with my hand, and I had this ability to just control reality instantaneous, right? There was no limitation of my belief because I understood the laws of this realm, right? The difference is when I awake, if I try to wave my hand and move furniture, it's not going to do it the same because the laws of the three-dimensional world is different than in the domain of the mind, right? And so as we talk about thoughts, and thought wars, right? We live in a world where man is in competition with each other for the ideas, right? In this world. And there's only so much space, right? But we all have to operate utilizing the laws, right, of this dimension in order to manifest in this reality. So I want to dive a little more into, right, how does one become more powerful that their thoughts are the thoughts that win in the day?
Well, that's a good question. And just to add a footnote to what you were saying in one of your points, in reference to the reality of a dream.
Yes, sir.
In the Holy Quran, the way that God communicates in the Bible with messengers and prophets, he either gives them a vision or a dream, or the highest form of communication, they say, is speaking face to face with God. So, we have to be very conscious of some of our dreams, because sometimes those dreams are a manifestation of revelation that's coming from the God to help us to see things that we wouldn't see had we not been, quote unquote, unconscious and available for him to talk to us in that way. Then, of course, we also got to be conscious that sometimes our dream is just that Haagen-Dazs that we ate at 11:30 at night, causes some chemicals. I don't know. But that point, just to consider that, consider that the dreams sometime are revelation.
Yes, sir.
To expose us to a knowledge of self or others or circumstance that we wouldn't have been able to tune into had we been awake and distracted by the known. The mind war that goes on is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about the two natures inside of man that Yaqub found. He said that there was a black germ,
yes, sir,
and a brown germ,
yes, sir,
and he broke the brown germ down to its lowest form and produced a whole new people called Caucasian or white. He took the black to brown, brown to the yellow, yellow to the white over a 600-year time period. But the black germ technically is positive. Brown germ, negative. That's an internal war.
Yes, sir.
Going on. So among the Navajos, they say it like this. They don't say black germ, brown germ. They tell the young that inside of you there lives two wolves, a good wolf and a bad wolf. And of course, the young soldiers, they always ask, well, which wolf wins? And they say easy, whichever one you feed the most. Think about that. In the Quran, in Surah 50, it says that every soul comes with it a driver and a witness. Witness is the unseen force that inclines us to do good. Driver is the unseen force that inclines us to do evil.
Yes, sir.
Cartoons, even back in the day, Daffy Duck, he's being tempted by who? Himself. Daffy Duck with a devil outfit on.
Yeah.
On the other side, Daffy Duck with an angel outfit on. This is the representation of the duality in nature. So in that mathematics, how does one win that thought war? Easy. Whichever one you feed the most.
Yes, sir.
So two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. That's a mathematical law that's found in physics. We got one brain, one mind. In the Quran, it says it like this: we hurl truth at falsehood, and it knocks out its brains, and lo, falsehood vanishes. So anything that is inappropriate, negative, or an unwanted thought or idea, we have to push it out by the good and starve it to death. Don't feed it. Don't feed the bad wolf. Don't feed the brown germ. Don't feed the, what they call in the East, the yang. Don't feed the driver. Don't feed the devil. Feed the God in you. And the more we do that, at some point, there won't be any space left for anything that is toxic.
Right.
Or you downloaded a 100% tonic.
Nah, I was seriously up all night. You know what I mean? I took a couple of drops of this, and I think I took it too late, right? I took it probably around like 5 o'clock. I didn't think it was gonna keep me up to like 2, 3 o'clock. But it was good though, because I was doing hella work. Like I was knocking it out because I had to do a lot of stuff on the back end for the show. But the disclaimer on this one, don't take this if you want to goddamn be focused. If you don't want to be focused all day long, just knocking it out with no distractions. Because my mind was calm. I had my system ready to go. I was energized. And I was just boom, 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 boom. And once I got in that flow, I couldn't be distracted, nor slanted, nor taken off. You feel me? That supermind really have you up there going. It's like Viagra for the brain. It had me definitely mentally up all night, for sure. Because it almost got to a point where it felt like I couldn't tell when I was supposed to go to sleep because I didn't get no drowsiness. But then I realized that once I got into bed, you know, I was able to naturally just fall into a sleep. So it was still good. It wasn't one of the ones that just, you know, had me with insomnia. It would just basically tell me when you want to go to sleep, you can. But beyond that, that supermind had me working. Yeah, this my fix. I don't need nothing else for real.
I'm 19 Keys, and this is High Level Conversation. Library.